Hi Cancer, welcome to your end of October 2018 love reading. It's Rena here. This is the first time I've done like a mid or late month love reading. I'm just experimenting. I'm doing a slightly different spread and trying to make it a little bit shorter. Hopefully I can. I've got the flu, so I'm pretty nasally and it's hard to think straight, but you know, please understand if I'm a little groggy. I'm also picking the cards from behind the camera, not looking at them because there's a tear in one of the cards. I don't want to know that in advance. Oh, I like that card. It reminds me of a Dreamcatcher. This is for single and coupled Cancerians. Your love life right now, the situation regarding it is the Ace of Pentacles. This can be that you are beginning a relationship with somebody who is of Earth element, Taurus, Capricorn, your opposite sign, or Virgo, or that this may be something that's on the horizon. And this person or this relationship, even if it's not with an Earth sign, it could be like something that has a great chance for being long-lasting, because Pentacles relate to Earth and we associate it with durability and things like that. You know, and even predictability. It's possible that you will meet this person at a, you know, if you've just started a job, that you will meet a person in that environment. What you need to work on in regards to your love life is represented by the Hermit. So it's possible that some Cancers have been kind of keeping themselves on ice or avoiding any opportunity to meet a new person because you felt vulnerable if you had like a past relationship that broke up in a very unpleasant kind of way. Cancer is the kind of sign that it has to go off and lick their wounds and regroup, and you might have taken you a long time to kind of brave this whole thing. You know, the fact that you had the solar eclipse in your sign and you're about to have the North Node in your sign means that you're entering a period where new things may come into your life that are part of the divine plan, and embrace them. You know, if it feels positive, obviously use your discernment, but if you are too much like the Hermit, if you stay in that mode, even if, you know, you hire an astrologer to tell you when the best time is to find love, if you're at home, that doesn't make any sense. There still is always free will, and there still is always the need for the person to do for themselves what they want. You know, it's important for you to have a relationship that is, and, you know, to put yourself out there. I'm kind of spacing out, like I said. And I don't take medication. I just like kind of rough it just to purify myself. So sorry, I had a brain freeze. But what I'm saying is this idea of kind of keeping yourself away. Well, that's not going to get you what you want. And you have to risk your heart. You have to. I mean, there's no other way. And if you really know that you deserve love in your life, and you get involved in a relationship with somebody and it doesn't work out, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you can't get involved in some other relationship that works out. So always have within your consciousness this vision, this ideal of what you're looking for, and be willing to risk your very sensitive nature in order to accomplish it. The advice is Father of Wands, which is the King of Wands. This is kind of what I'm talking about. You have to be a confident person. I think that kind of maybe what the Hermit is like, you feeling that sense of not being sure of yourself. You know, the Hermit connects with Virgo. And Virgo people are, you know, sometimes they really doubt themselves. They're not necessarily all that confident. But there's a nice modesty, humility with such a person. So it's not like, oh, that's so pathetic. That person has doubts. You know what? If you don't ever doubt anything about yourself and you think that you're just completely perfect, you're probably a narcissist. So it's not like I'm putting that down, but you know, it's interesting. You know, I didn't think about this. It's really interesting that they used the image of the tortoise or turtle, you know, to describe the Hermit, because he puts his head back into his little shell, and then he's protected, right? And you think of the crab, they have that hard shell. But in order to, you have to stick your neck out sometimes in life. And this may be the one area that is like super hard for you to do it, is in the realm of relationships, Cancer, because you're like, oh my God, what if they reject me? If they reject you, it means that they didn't feel that the two of you were compatible. Doesn't mean that you're not compatible with anybody and that you're just a piece of crap. I mean, that's how people, they take one thing and they turn it into that, which is absurd. Now, the Father of Wands is a very masculine energy. You're a feminine sign. So it's really about having that confidence and that resilience, that if something happens, that it doesn't destroy you. If somebody said, you know, if you go out on a few dates and somebody says, whatever, I don't think we're compatible, that you don't go, oh my God, you know, I guess I'm not lovable. I guess I'm not okay. And I was going to say too, with the Hermit card, that there could be, maybe there's a person who is a Virgo in your life, and maybe that person isn't necessarily good for you. Maybe they're too critical of you. And that exacerbates some of your insecurities. The Father of Wands is to have the confidence to be able to, if you have to leave somebody who is kind of denigrating you, even in a kind of a subtle way, where it might just be kind of little digs, that you see that and you say, wow, you know, that doesn't make me feel good. That doesn't mean that I'm insecure. It's just that I should be with somebody who thinks I'm great. I don't need to be praised 24/7, but this person always criticizes me. And I just realized that. Oh my God. You know, what am I doing here? I mean, obviously some of you are not in relationships, but those who are, you know, what is coming in is represented by the Tower in reverse. So the Tower in reverse is one of those cards that is more positive when it's reversed. It's about getting over a shock. So I don't know if back in late June maybe, if any of you experienced some kind of a breakup, and maybe it came out of nowhere that the other person wanted to leave. And that might be why you've been the Hermit, because it kind of shook you to your core. But it's like that effect is dissipating. Or if you still are with the person and they've done something that is, if they did something to you that was very not what you wanted and very surprising, that you just kind of have made peace with it on some level. The outcome, 7 of Cups. Definitely, it's funny that they put the Sun on the bottom. There's a lot, you can see that that cup is upside down, but the 7 of Cups is a card of, let me see if I can find it in this deck. I think it's missing in my, I think it always goes missing, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not going to look for it because I probably wouldn't find it. It's a card of having a lot of options in your life right now, and that's for sure because of the eclipse in your sign and the upcoming North Node transit in your sign. But all that glitters isn't gold, so you have to discern. Like you may, this may be a new job, and this is maybe where you meet somebody, but you have to decide whether or not you want to get involved with somebody from work. That's one example. Or an earth sign, start of an earth sign relationship, maybe with a Virgo. But you have to see if it's going to be as good as it seems. I will say if it is somebody like a Virgo or any earth sign, chances are they're not going to have that kind of a facade. Unless they have like a a fire rising sign where they try to be all flash. But usually earth signs tend to be pretty authentic, I think, in a lot of ways. I'm sure somebody's going to, oh no, that's not true. I dated somebody that was like such a phony and they were an earth sign and blah, blah, blah. But I think that in general they don't try to impress people with external things. They just are very dependable and industrious and things like that. And that's something that you would appreciate. So I hope if you meet somebody it is an earth sign, because that is compatible for you. In any case, I hope that you enjoyed this, Cancer, and if you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Have a great rest of, what month are we in again? October. Take care. Bye.